Elon Musk is really taking it to Disney. He's actually funding a huge lawsuit against them. And it's all because of this hidden video where a Disney exec exposed how rotten things are behind the scenes.
We had a situation where we wanted to hire somebody in the department a few years ago now, who was half black, but didn't like appear half black. And there was a creative executive who was like, "We're not like that's not what's like."
They wanted the full.
They wanted somebody in meetings who would appear a certain way, and he wasn't gonna bring that to the meeting.
And so this is like on the
This was on the
corporate side, like the business side.
The guy pretty much confirmed what everyone's been saying about Disney for years. Musk seems determined to tear them down.
Yeah, Disney is crumbling from the inside and Musk is helping make it happen. He's backing this lawsuit that's accusing Disney of being manipulative, basically only allowing one way of thinking. And if you don't fit that mold, you're out. It's ridiculous. And you can see it everywhere in the company. They're just falling apart. It's like they're self-destructing in slow motion.
And the Gina Carano situation is proof of that. She's suing Disney because they fired her from The Mandalorian. Supposedly for her conservative posts on social media, she wasn't afraid to speak her mind, and Disney didn't like that. It all went down in 2021, and she believes they fired her because of her political views. She was pretty active on Twitter, and it's clear Disney wanted to silence her for stepping out of line with their narrative.
Yeah, I remember when that happened. Gina's firing caused a huge uproar. She made a post about her opinions, and now she's considered persona non grata at Disney. They preach about inclusion and diversity, but if you don't agree with their way of thinking, you're done. It's blatant censorship, and they're not even subtle about it. What's even crazier is that Disney is getting exposed more and more for this stuff. That one exec, Michael Giordano, was caught admitting that their diversity and inclusion policies are actually making it harder for white people to get hired or promoted.
Certainly, there have been times where, there's no way we're hiring a white male person.
Just kind of unspoken.
There are times when it's spoken, but
How would they say it?
there's no way we're hiring a white male person.
It's like they're so obsessed with appearing progressive that they've swung too far the other way and created new problems.
Exactly. And now Elon Musk is stepping in, not even directly involved, but he's funding the lawsuit because he's such a big supporter of free speech. He's made it his mission to fight back against this kind of corporate censorship. Last summer, he even said he'd cover legal costs for anyone who felt they were punished by their employer for social media posts. No limit. He's putting his money where his mouth is.
Yeah, Musk basically told people, if you got screwed over by your employer because of something you posted on Twitter, we'll fund your legal fight. No limits. He's really going after these companies that are punishing people for thinking differently. And now he's backing Gina Carano's case. This lawsuit isn't just about her anymore. It's about taking down Disney for the way they're trying to control the conversation. And the craziest part? This isn't even Disney's only problem. Their whole collapse has been coming for years. It feels like things really started to go south in 2021 when Musk teamed up with Gina to fight Disney censorship.
Yeah, 2021 is when everything started to unravel for Disney. Gina was fired from The Mandalorian because she made a few tweets that Disney didn't like, especially around identity politics and that comment about the Jews. They didn't even try to handle the backlash. They just fired her to protect their brand. But that backfired because now she's suing them for unlawful termination. She's claiming it was a violation of her free speech. The whole thing was just Disney trying to silence her for not following their script.
And now Elon Musk is involved, so Disney's in real trouble. Gina went from being a lone fighter against Disney to having Musk and his resources backing her. He's already been pretty vocal about his commitment to free speech, and he's not backing down from this fight. He even encouraged other people to join in if they've been wronged by Disney or other companies in a similar way. Musk sees Disney for what it is, a massive corporation that's trying to control what people think and say, and it's not going to end well for them.
And speaking of Elon Musk going after Disney, it doesn't stop with just backing Gina Carano's lawsuit. He's got bigger plans. His mission may not stop with Twitter. The spiraling question is, does Elon have a plan to buy Disney? You heard about that whole mess with him and Bob Iger, right? When companies were trying to push him into censoring stuff on X, he told them all to go screw themselves.
So if somebody's going to try to blackmail me with advertising, blackmail me with money, go f yourself.
I mean, Musk was directly calling out Disney and Iger over this. He's not playing nice anymore.
Yeah, I remember that. Musk literally told Bob Iger to go after yourself. And it didn't stop there. Musk recently filed an antitrust lawsuit against this group called the World Federation of Advertisers. You know, the same group that represents 90% of the world's advertisers. Turns out they were trying to bully companies into only advertising with platforms that censor speech they don't like. Surprise, surprise, Disney's right in the middle of that mess too.
Of course, Disney's involved. They've been leading the charge on pushing their agenda for years now. Musk took on that group because they were using something called a GARM to control where advertising money goes. And guess what? They're as controlling as it gets, like some kind of college campus activist circle pretending to be a professional organization. They don't like Musk allowing free speech on X. So they were pushing to cut advertising dollars unless he played by their rules.
And the best part is, 2 days after Musk filed that lawsuit GARM just disbanded, they straight up folded under the pressure. Musk called their bluff, and they dropped their whole advertising scheme. It's classic, you stand up to a bully, and they crumble. But the thing is, this fight isn't over, especially with Disney still lurking in the background. They were part of the intimidation campaign, trying to make other companies join them or lose money. Musk put a stop to it for now, but Disney's not done playing these games.
And just look at Disney's stock. It's tanking. It's lower than what was already considered a disaster. The former chairman of Marvel even said he'd start buying up shares if they fell to $65 or $75, which is insanely low. And don't forget Nelson Peltz, the guy who tried to wrestle control of Disney away from Bob Iger. He and Musk are both on the same page about Disney needing a massive overhaul.
And both of them were actually working together in that proxy war against Iger. Musk was even backing Peltz, saying he'd buy Disney stock if Peltz took over. It's like there's this whole plan in the background to take Disney down from the inside, and Musk is pulling the strings. You know, some people are even saying Musk might be planning to buy Disney outright. He's already striking at them by backing Gina Carano's lawsuit, and it's not some small case. The trial's not even starting until September 2025, so Disney's got a long, expensive legal battle ahead. And the longer it drags out, the worse things get for them.
Yeah, and there was this interesting clip from the Sean Ryan show with Gina Carano. There's this part where the host hints that Musk might actually buy Disney, and Carano doesn't exactly deny it. She points out how much Disney stock has tanked.
The more involved Elon gets, the lower the Disney stock tanks. And that he may be thinking he might buy Disney. Do you think there's any validity to that?
Their stocks plummeted from the day that they let me go. And they know it's a big deal, but they're trying to pretend like it's not.
We'll both make our cases,
Right.
and we'll see what the outcome is. Tell it to the judge.
But the judge is going to be...
The judge is the public.
At first, I thought it was just a bunch of wishful thinking, but now I don't know. It looks like Musk is really coming for Disney, and it's not just about Gina's lawsuit. He's going after the whole company, piece by piece.
Exactly. Musk isn't just fighting for free speech anymore. He's fighting what he calls the woke mind virus. He already took over Twitter and turned it into this free speech hub. Now, Disney might be next. And honestly, Disney could use a major overhaul. It's a huge piece of American culture that's been hijacked by activists that are clearly aimed at indoctrinating kids. If Musk takes over, it could be a good thing.
Yeah, I get that. It definitely seems like Musk has better intentions than Disney, because we know one thing for sure. Elon knows how to make money, and a lot of it. So if he were to somehow become CEO of Disney, I think he would do everything in his power to make the most profit off their franchises. And how do you do that? Simply by producing good content that fans will enjoy. This is definitely one of those situations where things are so broken that we need someone to come in and clean house. Disney's been infected with their ridiculous agenda for too long. Maybe Musk is the only one willing to step up and fix it. I guess we'll just have to wait and see how this all plays out. But either way, things are getting interesting.
We're definitely living in crazy times. Whether Musk buys Disney or not, he's already making a huge impact on them and other companies. At the very least, it'll be fun to watch how this all unfolds. But yeah, let's see if Musk really takes down Disney, or maybe even buys it outright.